Hello ladies, I am back today with an update video showing my silicone. I have finished, this is the Rainbow Sculpt by Irie Artborn Gallery. And I'm showing her right now. I am actually finished painting her. And again, I know she looks wet, but she's actually not wet, she's dry. It's just the way the silicone looks. And she actually is at least a shade darker than normally she's going to come out, because once you put the matte powder, which is the last step, on her, that like takes her coloring a shade lighter. It will take it down a shade lighter. So I overpaint a little bit on my silicones, and here her left eye is a little bit off, so I'm going to adjust that so it won't look, will look more uniform like the other eye. So I'll be adjusting that, but she's done all her painting, and here she is. And I'm sorry for the lighting, it's crazy. I have a light behind me because it is, again, raining here today for it's been raining for almost a week. So here she is, a little naked girl, but I am covering up her little private bits. Here's her other leg. And I would flip her over, but I really don't want to do that because if I do that, she's going to lose her little flower there, and we don't want to get flagged on YouTube. So here she is, her little face, and she has there's an up close pic. She is a drinking wet, which is pretty cool. I am going to keep her for quite a little bit, but it is a possibility in the future she may be up for sale, so I'll just throw that out there. And I have no idea on pricing yet. It all depends on how her last layer comes out of her mat. But she has a dark newborn blue eyes. And she is the Rainbow Sculpt. So she's all done painting. And I did quite heavy modeling on her, which I like that look for her. Over here is her sister, and she's laying on her tummy. And you can see her hiney. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that, but here she is. She's still smiling. And she's a more flexible silicone. She's also by Irie Artborn Gallery, sculpted. And she's a marshmallow blend, so she's very soft. And I have done more paint on her. I don't know, more layers. I don't know if you can tell. I've done, oh gosh, I'm showing her privates. I'm sorry. I've done like some skin painting, some coloring on her skin, a little blush. I've done her veins, and so she has quite a few more layers to go. But there's Sunshine. And here's her tongue again. That will be removable. She's getting her tongue done. You can stick it in her mouth and she'll look really cute. And just for, to have some other videos, here is, I did try out the degasser, which when I pour my silicone in the next few days, you put the silicone in a little bucket inside that big huge bucket, and it pulls out the bubbles. It sucks out the bubbles, so it'll be a more perfect pour. So because when you get bubbles in silicone dolls, it will come out, and it'll come out in the silicone, and they'll have like little imperfections in there, or it can be big imperfections sometimes. Anyway, I tried it out and it works. I tried it with some water the other night, and it pulled the bubbles out of the water. So just for something different, since I'm in here, I'm going to show you my vintage dolls real quick. I have all these up on a shelf, a bookcase. There's a little Indian baby that my neighbor gave me. It was really sweet. And here, he's a porcelain doll up there. He's kind of in a crawling position. And I call him, he reminds me of George, Prince George, from the royal family in England. Here's little Dumbo. Here's Miss Freya. She's she's not all clay. She's a big girl. She's about 6 months size. She has a clay head, arms and legs, and a soft body or cloth body. She's a real big girl. She's my little Viking baby. That's what she reminds me of. She's way up there. Over here is, I think you may have seen her, Beloved. She's porcelain and has soft body. She's there 3 months, and she was painted, I think I told you the story about her. She was painted by a nice older gentleman that I met some years ago. And beside her, this is Victoria. She's a Madame Alexander doll. She's very vintage. You can see her eyes have turned. They were blue. They're still blue, but they've turned cloudy because she's about, I think she was made in the 1950s, 60s, but she's pretty. I cleaned her up. She's a gorgeous doll. Very pretty. I didn't name this little girl beside her, but she's vintage too. She's a tiny little African-American baby. Now this is the oldest doll I have. You can see she's got a composite doll. She was made, I have her sculpt, I think it's called Blossom. She was made in 1920. She's very old and she does have some damage, and I am going to paint her. I keep saying that. I'm going to touch her up, her lips up, but her feet are really bad, so I need to put some socks on her or something. But she's real cute. My mother-in-law gave her to me, so she's special to me. And I named her Blossom because that is her sculpt name, I believe. Over here is Bootsy, Miss Bootsy. She's a Tyner Bootsy doll. That's her sculpt and brand. And there's a nice story to Tyner Bootsy dolls, but I don't have time to tell you today. But she's a really cute doll. She's porcelain and has cloth body and legs, and she has beans in there. It makes her very flexible. She's a pretty girl. I love her. Down here is another clay baby. He's got clay head and limbs and cloth body. He's a little grouchy boy, and I named him Jethro. I love him. Behind him, I showed you these a few weeks ago. I recently got these little I don't know, Royal Guard dolls from an antique shop, and they are from England. They're cute as a little boy and girl. I think I'm a brother and sister. And that picture right there is my son as a newborn. He was 6 weeks old. Right here is some of my pro-life babies. And right here is, I can't even remember what I named all of these. He is this one, I named, oh gosh, what was his name? Hari. And that in Hebrew, that means life. The one you're looking at, the bigger baby here. He's a Caleb sculpt. He's like 13 inches. This baby's about 9 inches. He's dragon skin silicone. He's really tiny. Here is one of my cute little, just a little collection doll. She actually, if you put water in her head and her passy comes out, her batteries might be on. Let's see. No, maybe not. I guess they're not. I thought she was on. She's not. But she will cry real tears if you put water in her. She's not on right now. And that's my vintage My Little Pony that I had as a little girl, Cotton Candy. She's holding her. Over here is another doll I got recently from the antique store. It's a little Indian Eskimo doll here. And behind, or in the little bed behind her, is Come See and Come Sa. They were sculpted by Chinza Dolls. And they're my twin kittens, my two-faced kittens, you can see. Come See and Come Sa, that means this and that in Italian. Over here is another doll I recently got at the antique store. She's another small composite doll, and she doesn't have any clothes. I see that. But maybe I'll try to find her a little something to put on, because she's really naked. Down here, I don't know if I did name him. I can't remember if I did name him, and I can't remember what it is. Charles, or Charlie. That's what I named him. He's completely porcelain with a full body porcelain. He's really neat. He's vintage also. And there he is. He's about 20 years old, I think. I don't have the exact date, but there he is. This is Charlie, and he's a pretty porcelain boy, painted very pretty. And here's some of my littles, as I call them. There's Ash and Drake Monkey. I think she's about 5 inches. There she is back there, a little tiny one. And here's some of my more pro-life babies. I'm not going to have time to show them today, but here they are. They're in there. They represent each stage of life when the baby's in the mama's belly. Here's one. Look how tiny they are. I did not make these. This one is made out of clay by a great artist on Etsy. See that? And I got a few more in here. Some are silicone. There's one that's silicone. Here's another one made by the same artist. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? She's tiny baby. I'll do a video later on my pro-life babies. And I got 2 more silicone ones in there, but I'm not going to pull them out right now. Here is a porcelain doll, BJD doll. I think that's how they say it. He's a little boy. And I cannot remember even what I named him. Oh, goodness. Makes me mad. But there he is. He's a pretty little boy. Real pretty baby. So those are my vintage dolls. I thought I'd show you those real quick. And I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I will be back soon. And I am still working on the giveaway baby. Reborn giveaway baby. Trying to paint her in between painting all my silicones and everything. But I will do it hopefully in the next maybe a week or so. I will do an update video with that kitten, show you how much I've painted on her. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having a blessed weekend, a great weekend, and I will be back soon. Stay safe and blessed.